What's up, everybody? Excel Dude coming at you again. Today we're going to talk about simple linear regression, basically one variable predicting another variable. We are going to take a look at this in terms of how we can get it out in terms of work product, quick and dirty, and we'll get into a little bit more of the detailed stuff with the analysis tool pack, things like that. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button, bottom right, I'd appreciate it. It would help my mullet continue to be long, luscious, and lethal. Jumping in. The first thing we'll do, select these. We're going to go to Insert, Scatter Plot. Right there. Nothing crazy. So you see that we have all this data here. And then we're just going to go right here. Actually, we'll click on the chart. And we're going to go to Add Chart Element. Then we will go Trend Line. We've got that. There's our line of best fit. Right click. Format that trend line. Display the equation on the chart. Display the R squared on the chart. So based on this, well, you know what, let's make it pretty because why not? All right. So what we're seeing here is basically the best 2 years of someone's career, predicts their career score or career points roughly 23% of the time. Not great. But as we continue to go through that, you can change it, so it doesn't matter. Regardless, you're going to see it's about a quarter of the variance. Everything else is based on other things. Maybe it's the team they play for, the opponents they play on a regular basis, if you're in the Eastern Conference in the 2000s, or, you know, a multitude of factors, injuries, what have you. So that's the quick and dirty way. Now we're going to go a little bit more analytical. Not much, just a little. Go File, Options. You're going to need to add this. You go with the Analysis Tool Pack. Actually, you'll go Excel Add-ins, hit Go. And you need to make sure that Analysis Tool Pack is added. Hit OK. After that, we'll go to Data, and we're going to select our data. Why not? Actually, not yet. We go to Data, Data Analysis, and we're going to scroll down, find Regression. Hit OK. And we're going to have a couple of inputs. It'll pop up just like this. This is how everything is going to show up initially. Add some defaults here, but it'll show up blank. All you do, click on the Y range. What are we predicting? Career points. I'm going to highlight it all because I'd like it to be labeled career. Then X range, we're going to click in the box, select that, and then because we picked those labels, we need to have all numeric data, and these aren't numeric, but they do have labels, so you check that box. The constant is 0. All that's going to do is put that intercept right through that 0 point. Changes things up a bit. I'm not a big fan of it. If it works for you, go for it. Confidence level, 95%. Usually pretty standard. If anyone questions you, you're definitely way too advanced for this video. Output range, I like to put it in the same area. So you can click this. If you just had it here, you hit OK. It'd give you a new sheet. I don't want that. Output range, click the box. And where do we want it? How about here? And do we want to see residuals, standardized residuals, residual plots, line fits, normal probability, all that stuff? We may. Right now, we're not going to get that in depth. We're going to basically put our X's in, put our Y's in, add the labels, output range, hit OK. And you get this. So here's your regression info. If you need to get a little more in-depth on the stats here, this is a good way to do it. So one thing you can do, multiple R, that's essentially the correlation coefficient. So how much these move together linearly. When you square it, you get R squared. And that's more, it basically explains how much of this is explained by how much of this. So when we had that chart, like we went here, insert, scatter plot, added our trend line, and then you add your little equation in the R squared, you'll see that that R squared, 0.2363, 0.2363. Well, rounded. But you get the idea. So we're going to continue with this. And you've got your adjusted R square. That's more a factor when you're doing multiple regression. You have several variables in there. Essentially, it's going to tell you what the new ones are taking away, kind of thing. How much less powerful they get. That's just a way to sum it up there. And the standard error is typically your amount that is on average different from your trend line. Nothing too crazy there. Your significance f, your f stat. That's going to tell you if the test is essentially a valid test or not. Well, really how good regression is. Is it doing its job? We'll have another video where we go into these ANOVA results, and then another one where we go into all of this stuff too. But just a quick little rundown. Coefficient, 9076. That's where this line would hit this axis on the y. And if you go to the best 2 years, there's your slope of the line. Boom, 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 boom. So on, rise over run, y over x. And that's it. So now you can do some quick, simple linear regression stuff in Excel. See you next time.